Hey y'all. Hi. So, May 23rd, 2023, give a quick update. So, I know in the previous video I shared the first of this month that I was supposed to be starting my comps class and that I was notified during the day that I was no longer eligible to take said course because they hadn't received payment or whatever, right? Oh, it's coming out. Anyway, so I'm going through the process. I'm emailing back and forth with my academic advisor, more so emailing, but getting no response. So there was no back and forth. It was just me emailing. And she she doesn't reply. So, the full week goes by, no response from her. So I reach out to the school and I'm like, listen, I know people got things going on or whatever, but I need a reliable advisor because I need to know what's going on. Like, this is my life. Can I get a new advisor? Well, you need to give us decent reasoning. So I reached out, gave them the reasoning. And the same day that they asked for the reason, the same day, she miraculously saw my emails and was responding, but she wasn't really answering my questions per se. So another week goes by and I still didn't hear anything. So I call the school and I go through all the prompts and I finally get to someone and I explained to this lady the entire situation and she's like, okay, let me go back through because I can see the communication that was documented from the advisor's end. I said, okay, great. So all in all, back in February, my advisor and I had an exchange where she shared with me what I had left in terms of courses, what she saw in terms of cost, and what I would potentially owe to finish out my entire program. So I'm like, okay, so by maybe the last two sections of research is where I need to be like, okay, I got to get money together, but I have a sufficient amount to cover courses. And so that's February. So like by March, matter of fact, not March, April. So March, she sends me the breakdown again. She gives me the breakdown of what it was. But by April, I get an email like, "Hey, just want to see like how are you comfortable with funding the rest of your program?" So I said, "Okay, I'll check with financial aid, see what's going on." But in my mind's eye, I'm like, I'm covered because I have this amount based on what you calculated. I have this amount left to cover me up until the last two sections or last two portions of my research. So I'm fine. So I'm not thinking anything of it. So roll around to May 1st, I get pulled from class, right? Cool. So now that you're with me. So within talking to this young lady last week, she was just like, oh, I see where the miscommunication happened. She said, I see where she should have told you, hey, you were packaged up until your course in December, but you weren't packaged for your course in February, although there is money sitting here that can cover this class. I said, interesting. I said, okay. And then when we communicated on May 1st, can you tell me when she packaged me? She was like, honestly, nothing was submitted for you until May 11th. I said, so why is it that on May 1st, when you realized that you guys hadn't gotten money, which is weird, you just realized y'all hadn't gotten money or gotten paid for the course I took prior to, why is it that I wasn't then packaged for that course as well as the course that I had started on May 1st? Why wasn't I packaged for both? She was like, that's a good question. And that's crazy when somebody else who's also under the same employee of the institution, they do the same job that you're doing, is questioning, the heck are you doing? So it gets even better. So then she's like, oh, and I see here you were charged for the course from May 1st. I said, well, we need to correct that as well, too, because, of course, they have the stipulation by the 8th day of the class, you are then therefore responsible when you have accepted said course. I accepted and was removed from the course same day. So, how am I then therefore responsible when I did everything I was supposed to do in terms of documents and paperwork? Everything was signed, everything was filled out with FAFSA, and my advisor failed to do her part. Now, don't get me wrong, she's human. Things happen, oversights occur. So I do understand that. But you're communicating to me one thing. That means that's then telling me that you're looking at my account. And if you're looking at my account, then you should have seen, oh snap, I didn't package her for this class. And there's money here. The same money I told her she has to cover this course, to cover 6 courses. So, well, not 6, 5. No, 4. So four courses. So as shared, I'm in my comps, right? This is gonna be my comps slash my proposal, right? My dissertation proposal. I'm excited about it, but then I'm stressed because now I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to finish my program, all of that. So I was dealing with all of that. Like, y'all, I was really bummed. So all in all, the young lady I spoke to, she assisted me in, she told me to send her an email again while I was on the phone with her. She said, send me an email. And she said, you write everything that you wish to say in regards to what your experience has been. And I timelined everything. I shared my frustration in the nicest way possible, most professional way possible. And I expressed why I deserve to have a new academic slash financial advisor because they intertwine. Sent the email. We got off the phone. The young lady then sent me an email immediately back, and she said, "Hey, I just want to let you know, 1, we will change your advisor, but 2, you're going to get another advisor after you've completed this course. Because for your dissertation journey, for your research journey, you are with a completely different class. You're with a different advisor." So I'm like, okay, fair enough, thank you. She was like, your reasoning was sufficient enough for leadership to agree that you should get a new advisor. I said, okay. I was like, and then, just to double check, what about, the cost of this course that I didn't take? She's like, yes, that's also been notated. Once you get your new advisor, they'll be able to disseminate all the information to you. So maybe a day or 2 later, I got a new advisor. Lovely email from her. She was very prompt. She was concise. She shared at max, it'll take her 24 hours in which to respond to me. 24 business hours. I appreciate that because I did share, I work in customer service. I am in a position where I have 100 plus people that report to me. And I get it. I'm not going to get to every email and every text, every phone call in that day, but I do try my best to ensure that I over communicate, that if I see that it's something pressing, I constantly check my inbox and like I'll, notate what's important, what needs an immediate response, and what I can push till the next day, maybe. But generally, I always try to make sure I respond to my team in a timely manner, unless it's outside of my office hours and it's my off day, which they get an out of office reply. She didn't have that. But anyway, I digress. This new advisor was very prompt. She shared a little bit about herself to me, what her background is. I did get to ask her, hey, 1, was I packaged properly going forward? 2, will the money utilized, the money that was sitting there that I was told was there prior to, will that be utilized to cover the cost before we go towards me doing anything else like the Grad Plus loan? She said yes. She did confirm for me that I was not charged May 1st. I probably just said that, but I was not charged May 1st. And that I would not have been charged until I started my class back on the 22nd, which was yesterday. She reconfirmed that all documents that were needed from me were already signed. They could see it. It was visible, and that they were just waiting for funds to be dispersed, but that I was in the all clear. So I said, okay, great. Sounds good to me. So now, after I've taken all this time off, unintentionally, I did, I got some kind words, and it, you know, in the moment I was frustrated, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I was really bummed. I was sad. I was bummed. I went through all forms of grief in that process. But I have been burning the candles on both ends when it comes to work, school, my organization, and so many other things. And it was shared with me that maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Maybe this was the little break that I needed, because I would not have been functional. So I'm appreciative of that. Excuse me. I'm yawning. You swear I didn't sleep. It is a work day for me, but I'm working from home, which is great. So yeah. So now I'm in week 1 of this course, trying to get it together. Yes, I'll keep y'all updated as to how my pre-candidacy prospectus course goes, or comps, how it goes, and where I'm at in terms of things. Yeah. Thanks for listening.